I don't subscribe to, I think, how a lot of people see social media. Like, I don't think social
Mm,
media is reflective of what I'm doing every single day. It's reflective
yeah.
of what I'm choosing to share that day. Um,
Yeah, and then what you don't know is what you can't ruin. Like, that's what I feel. Like,
Ready, set, go, make your move. She a bad one, yeah, she bad. She a bad one, yeah, she bad. I wanna make y'all a sit down. Flex in the top of my crown. If you, that's how a bad one make it. That's how a bad one make
hi
it.
guys, welcome back to Unapologetically Angel, sponsored by Prizepicks. We have an amazing guest. I mean, she literally sits in my seat usually. She's the one interviewing people, the best broadcaster, the best journalist, my favorite black queen, Taylor Rooks.
Angel, I am so happy to be here. So thank you for having me and for that
Thank you.
lovely introduction. So sweet.
Thank
Come with me
you.
everywhere. Just
Thank you.
announce me in every room.
I feel like I'm nervous because like this is your job. Like I'm interviewing you. I feel like no many people don't interview you. You're always the one that's doing the interviewing.
Yes, that is true. I also I want to say I get a little nervous when I'm on this side, but it's certainly opposite of where I'm comfortable. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have a few questions for you throughout this, just so
No,
I
I
feel a little bit
know.
more at ease.
No, because I've never been on anybody else's show. Like I feel like me and you have done like a little sit down, like a couple questions, but I've never been on somebody else's. So I'm like willing to hear like how you feel about it after.
Oh, I'm excited. Listen,
Okay.
I'll tell you, but I have seen enough of these to know that you're very, very good. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. First meeting you. When did we first meet? I'm trying to remember. Was it that interview that we did?
Okay, so the first time I met you in person was 2023.
Yeah.
You were coming off the national championship,
Yep.
and LSU was playing in Vegas. You all were playing Colorado. It was the season
Yes.
opener, and
Yep.
you all lost that game. Do you remember?
I think I remember now. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
but that was
remember.
the first time I met you in person.
Yeah.
Yes. And I remember it honestly so vividly because obviously, I have always been an Angel Reese fan, and it was really fun
That girl.
watching you during that championship run. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to really have a real conversation with her doing this game. So yeah, I remember it. It was in 2023. Then we crossed paths briefly at like some panel event in LA, and I
Yeah.
got to meet you and take a pic. But that was the real meeting, was in Vegas.
Yeah.
You all were playing.
No, yeah, I do remember that. That was actually really fun. But I think, yeah, the only one I really remember is the panel. Like when we sat and talked a little bit on the panel, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't really, I remember a little bit of Vegas, but like not the full vivid thing.
For sure. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just remember, and I've always had this thought about you, but you just have a unique resolve and perspective and like point of view for somebody who at the time, and of course still now, you are young, but you just have
Yeah.
always, I think, understood the world differently because I think that the world has understood you a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And it just shines through, I think, in how you treat people, your perspective when you answer questions, and your thoughtfulness. And that was like such a big stage and big moment for somebody that, was in school figuring out what their life looked like. And you were
Yeah.
phenomenal when we did that. And so I've just always really admired the way that you attack the world, and always bring
Yeah.
yourself to it.
Well, thank you. I feel like when I look at you and see like a black woman being a reporter and you being able to network and talk to everybody worldwide, like it's like you do it for us, like the people that look like us, the people, the women and the men that look like us, and it's just like so inspiring to see someone like you. Because when I was younger, my Maryland days, I tried broadcasting, and I was like, I think I like it, but I don't know if I could do it. And sit on the sideline, and you remember all that stuff because I've shadowed Holly before, and I saw all the stuff that
Oh,
she has to
wow.
write down on the
Mhm.
side, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, there's absolutely no way I can do this. So, did you always figure yourself out like wanting to do broadcasting, like and speaking in front of what millions of people at a time?
Yes, honestly, yes. Like like when people say, "Oh my gosh, if you spoke to young you, would they even imagine you were doing what you're doing?" My answer is absolutely. Young me would actually be so mad if we didn't end up doing, exactly the thing that we wanted. But no, I've always loved people. I've always loved asking a billion questions. I enjoy being in front of the camera. I think it's really cool to, tell stories and like reach the masses of people.
Yeah.
um I've always enjoyed it. Like I used to set up a little camcorder and like ask myself questions, or like if my friends' parents would come over, I would to really be the annoying kid that had 80 billion things to say, but it actually paid off. And shout out to my parents for, nourishing me being a yapper, because it ultimately worked out. But yeah, I've always wanted to do this. And I would also say that to you, funny thing, you thought you weren't going to be broadcasting when you're in Maryland. Look at you now. You
I
have a
know. Look at me now,
pod.
right?
Yeah, you are in the media, my girl. And where it paid off.
Yeah. Starting from the beginning though, like what got you to where you are now? Because I feel like you don't always see the journey to get you where you are. And I've only seen you in the bright light. I've never seen your journey in understanding like where you've come from and how it started for you. So what does that look like? The younger Taylor, you're still young and fine, but don't worry.
Oh,
But
thanks.
like
Tell me again.
the younger Taylor that got you to the big screens and just being able to talk to all the who's.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly been like it really is, I think, a lifelong journey. You're young and you're kind of honing, your people skills, you're understanding how to speak to others, how to make other people feel good and feel seen
Yeah.
and feel heard. I think that's something that really happens when you're a child. And for me, a lot of it was treating people and talking to them the way that I wanted to be talked to and understood. And that was something that I really honed in on when I was young. And then when I went to college, transparently, and I say this to everybody, when I went to college and I was in journalism classes, it just came more naturally to me than the people that were in
Mm,
my class. And I realized, maybe this is something I really could do. If I dedicate
yeah.
myself to this, I can attack this field. And so I did that. My all throughout college, I covered Illinois football and basketball recruiting. I was able to break a lot of stories, make a lot of connections. And then when I graduated school, my first job was at the Big Ten Network. So I covered Big Ten athletics for two
Yeah.
years. Then I moved to New York and worked at a station there for another 2 years. Did
Yeah.
BR and TNT, and now Amazon. But I think the thing that sticks out to me about every single one of those stops is I was able to make it to the next stop because of something that I decided to do. And at
Mm,
each stop, that was interviewing. And for
mm.
me, talking to people and having them sit down and be on my podcast or my show, in many ways, was a workaround to me feeling like I wasn't receiving like the assignments or the jobs that I felt like I should be getting. And so, following the thing that I wanted to do ultimately led to me progressing in my career at every step, if that makes sense. So I've always just tried to follow the thing that makes me feel the most fulfilled and purposeful.
Yeah. One thing I love about you is like I think and I believe you're always big on integrity and you don't come out and your identity is not mess. You come out with the facts, you're real, and you're very understanding of like it feels like you've been an athlete before. It feels like you understand the athlete and the kinds of questions that they want to be asked and feel comfortable with. And like you make everybody, I feel like, feel really comfortable, especially just watching other people's interviews that you do with other people. And it just feels like you guys have known each other forever. Has that always been a first instinct for you? Or is that something that you've always wanted to identify as?
Yeah, that's so sweet. I mean, I wish that I was some elite athlete. Seriously. I wish that I
You have the body,
was
though. You have the body, girl.
good. Hey, listen, I be in the Pilates, but I even though I wasn't an athlete, I do have a good understanding of athletes. My
Mm,
dad was an athlete, my uncle was an athlete. In
mm,
high school, a lot of my close friends are athletes and went on to play professionally. So I understood that these people that everybody had an immense interest in at the end of the day were exactly like all of us. And so that means they have all of the same desires, which is to be seen, to be heard, to feel understood, to not feel like they're being judged. And I think that sometimes
mm.
people can step into interviews and when somebody has a mic, they feel like
They
they are the
start,
person that is
they going
deciding
crazy.
everything, you know? But it's like, no, when someone is sitting in your seat, it is for them to have a conversation, for you all to have an exchange. And so I am just always wanting to make sure that person understands that I am not there to judge. I am there to listen. I'm there as a vehicle for the audience to better understand them. And I think that most
Mm,
importantly, I don't come into interviews with any perception of who a person is.
mm,
Because
love that.
when you go into an interview that way, your questions fulfill that perception. And then you
Mm,
don't even give that person room to be anything other than what everybody says that they are. And a lot of
mm,
the time, that's how these narratives begin because we are
yes.
keeping them in the box. It's like self
Yes.
fulfilling prophecy, you know? So
Yeah.
I just always try my best to say, how would I talk to this person if they were my friend? And, before every interview, I'm very clear about what I think, the goals of the interview are, that this only
Mhm.
works if, both of us decide to be very, very open with one another. I try to understand what people think about them, and the different things that they think are wrong and the things that they think are
Yeah.
right. Like, I think that it's a collaborative experience to do an interview, and I also don't want to waste anyone's time, mine,
Yeah.
theirs, the viewers. And the best way to do that is to go into it with a real understanding, and that the interview is not about me. The
Yeah.
interview is about the other person.
Now is that I always wanted to know, like in media, is that guided by yourself of knowing like how to ask the questions? Because I'm like, sometimes it's like, is your boss telling you to ask these kind of questions to get the narrative out there or to get the biggest click, the biggest headline, or is it within yourself? My boss could tell me to ask the question like this, but I'm gonna put it like this for them to understand more.
Yeah. I mean, I think that different shops operate in different ways.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. But for me, I create all my questions. I obviously
Mm,
have a producer that I work with, and I'll bounce ideas off, and they are an incredibly vital part of the process. But it's important to me that my interviews are in my voice so that they feel
mm,
like my interview.
yeah.
And I know that it isn't like negativity and hot takes that are the only ways to get clicks. Like,
Yeah.
there are other ways. People want to genuinely learn about people they're interested in. They want to have a better understanding. They want to feel informed. They also just want to hear them in a different light. And for me,
Yes.
that is what has always still created news. I don't think that it has to be some clickbaity, outlandish topic for people to want to watch. And honestly, at this point, there is so much of that it's when you do the opposite that actually cuts through. Like, what
Yeah.
feels real and authentic, I
Mm,
think, gets people to stay. I think
yeah.
clickbait, they'll click it once, but when you are creating like a universe and like a community around your interviews, people continue to come back to it.
Yeah.
But
No,
I write all my own stuff.
yeah, no, I like that because I feel like a lot of times, like, even like even before the game, like terrified of what the media is about to ask. Like, it could be the nicest question, but it's gonna get flipped or put into a different light or a different perspective, and it's like, are you here intentionally to start mess or are you intentionally here to ask a question? And it's really tough for me, especially in the media. It's like, I don't want to do an interview with anybody. Like, I get excited for certain people, like a Taylor, like certain people I know I can talk to, but like I'll take the fine. Like, I
Yeah.
literally will take the fine. I'd rather take the fine.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'd rather take the fine sometimes rather than talking to the media because it always gets flipped. And I think that's where media has gotten these days. Like, you could literally post the sky was blue and Angel said that is too dark. That's too, like, stuff like that, you know? So
Yeah.
I think it just, for me, like, the media is like really scary. Like, that's why I've never been on anybody else's podcast. I'm
Mhm.
scared to do stuff like that because I know how things could get flipped. And like the nicest people, the nicest things could be said, like, it always gets flipped.
I also think too, though, and everything you're saying, I'm like, absolutely, I get it. It
Yeah.
for sure resonates because I don't know what you're describing to me in some ways is like there is a real like trauma that has come from
Yeah.
putting yourself out there or answering a question that maybe you felt was simple, but has had maybe lasting effects on either how you
Yeah.
feel like people are treating you. And there's
Hmm.
probably been times, not to put words in your mouth, but where it sort of changed how you were viewing yourself. Because I
Mm.
think that's what gets difficult sometimes with like projections is you have to try doubly hard to make sure you don't believe the projections that are put onto you. And there
Right.
is like a level of, yeah, I'm sure like trauma that comes from all of these people having things to say about you that are incorrect, but that is
Yeah.
somehow shaping a narrative about you that is just not even true at all.
Yeah.
So I get like the hesitancy that athletes would have around the media.
Yeah.
And I also believe it to be the media's responsibility to create environments that aren't hostile, and
Yeah.
that are really, at the end of the day, that are fair. You know, our
Yeah.
job is to be fair. And so we should be leading with that at all times.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Have there been any reporters growing up for you that you like really admired or loved or looked at?
Oh my gosh, so many, so many, so many. Growing up in the suburbs of Atlanta, I used to watch this woman named Monica Kaufman,
Yes.
who was like the nightly anchor, but she was, brown skin. She had the short haircut. She had such a cool cadence when she spoke. And so I really enjoyed her. Of course, like Pam Oliver was somebody that I was watching. And it's really cool now that, Pam Oliver is someone I could just like, text, because like
Yeah.
she was it for me, Also, of course, people like Carrie Champion. I, in many ways, gravitated to, Black women that were in the space,
Mm,
because it is true that,
yes.
like, when you see someone that looks like you think, oh,
Yeah.
I can do this. So all of those women meant a lot to how I formed my career.
What does a day in the life look like with Taylor?
I wake up in the morning. I don't know why I wake up at night. Wake up in the morning. I go to my production meeting, normally around 8 a.m. We talk about the show. I talk about the interview that I have on the show that lasts for about an hour, hour and a half. I'll go work out. It's very important to me to work out before a game because it just kind of puts me in the right mindset. So
Yes.
I'll go work out. I'll come back. I'll do work. I'll write my lead into the feature. I'll look at the final cut, final edit of the feature. I'll go into makeup and hair. That takes about 2 hours. Wardrobe will come. We'll get my outfit correct, do any last looks, head to the stadium. We get there about 2 hours before the show begins to get things together there. Go on air at 7 Eastern. And then the game kicks off at like 8:15. Then I'll do, pre-game, post-game. I'm normally in it at the end. And then we head back and you do it again another week. But honestly, Thursdays, like, that is a routine day that I really enjoy. I like that.
Really?
It's every other day that is wild chaos.
Chaos.
Right. I don't know what city I'll be in, what day my
Yeah.
interview is, what I have to work on, if I have like a branded appearance. Like, I actually get a lot of peace from Thursday because I always know exactly what Thursday is going to look like.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and I'm not exaggerating, I don't know what any other day is going to look
Is
like.
Thursday usually in LA for you?
No, we go to the game. So it's like
Oh, so depending on
I'm in
wherever
a
you are.
different city. Yeah. Like
Uh,
I'm serious. And you've probably experienced this too. Sometimes I wake up and for the first 10 seconds, I'm like, wait, what city am I in?
yeah. No,
Like I'm
seriously.
looking at cues in the hotel, remembering what I did last night. I'm like, oh, I'm in Green Bay, It's like, yeah.
Oh my God, that is actually so funny. I love that. But I love the connections that you've made with each player. That I feel like there's always like an ongoing joke, like everybody's gonna give the best response to Taylor because like they're looking at Taylor like Taylor is fine. Like I need to give the best response to Taylor.
Hey, listen, I like good responses. So I hope
Yeah.
it's because I asked a good question, but if you just want to give me a good response, whatever.
That's so funny. How do you get your like game day fits together? Because I feel like you always look good. Like you're up to par. The hair is tea, the
Yeah.
makeup's good, and then you have a nice outfit, body tea. But yeah, how does that go into everything? Do you work with a stylist or anything?
Yes, I work with a stylist for Thursday Night Football. Her name is Kenny. She is fantastic.
You look
I
great,
care a lot about the outfits that I wear on air. And
as
I
you
think
should.
sometimes like people think it's like, oh, why do you care so much about it? But I actually think that is a part of like the showmanship of being a broadcaster. Like what you look
Mm,
like is the story that you're telling. You also want people to stop and look at the television and turn it up and hear what you have to say. And so much of
right.
that is wearing bright colors and interesting silhouettes and like having a look. Like all of that plays a role into it. I always bring up Craig Sager. Like Craig Sager
Yeah.
obviously always had the flashy jackets and he was loud and
Yes.
bold in what he wore. And that became like his trademark. People loved it. Nobody said it was frivolous when he did it. I think that's the largely because like Craig Sager is a man,
Yeah.
but you like these are things that I actually think play a role in your broadcasting. So I
Yeah.
bring that same level of like enthusiasm to my wardrobe that I do with my job because both of those things coexist to me.
Has there ever been a day where it like rained or like you were in bad weather and everything got ruined?
Yes, and so we now know
What's
to
been your
always
worst
have
experience?
a rain fit because we like, there was this time it was raining and I was going to wear this like kind of furry thing that it was like obviously that wasn't going to work in the rain. So Kenny had to run to Nordstrom and like find me this like leather fit, and I have an umbrella throughout it. It was a mess. But so now every Thursday night football season, we have an outfit that goes with us every game that is
Mm.
just for rain. So yeah, you live and you learn for sure. And this is also that was one of the reasons for football season I would always have my hair in locks. I
Yeah.
recently started doing like the U part wigs. I really liked that
Yeah.
look. But it was like going on the road and not knowing the weather, but then also not knowing if there was going to be somebody in this little
Mm.
city that knew how to do black hair, like caused a
Yeah.
lot of stress for me. So I started leaning into like the locks and the braids because weather is it's unpredictable and they gonna have you out there even if it's raining. So
Yeah.
figure it out.
Has there ever been like an outfit like you look back? Because sometimes like I look back at my outfits like I shouldn't have worn that. Like, or
Yeah.
my hair wasn't great that day. Is there any like outfits you're like, oh, I shouldn't have probably worn that, or I won't wear that again?
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this before, and it wasn't on Thursday Night Football, but I went to the GQ Creativity Awards, and it
Mm-hmm.
was so much fun. I loved my look. Dress was great, hair was great, but the
Yeah.
dress was a little bit sheer. So I put
Ah.
pasties on with the dress.
Yeah.
I like log onto the internet like after that day, after the red carpet photos had come out and some
What?
videos were online, and everyone online is like, "Oh my god, look at Taylor's nipples. Look at these." And I just wanted
Do
to
they think
scream
your
from
hair
the
yellow
top of
was
the
that big?
mountain
I'm
like,
dead.
"These are pasties. I am not showing you my nipples." But it's
That
like
is so
whatever.
funny.
It passes, but I'm not kidding you, Angel. I was trending. It was this whole thing. I'll send you the
What?
pic. It was like it was crazy. And they were pasties. But so now I know, I just probably would not do a sheer thing again because it's like, girl, what are you doing? You know? But also like wear a different kind of pasty. Like don't wear the
Oh
one.
my god, that is actually hilarious.
Oh my gosh. If you see the photo, you were gonna be like, girl, you were tripping. But I thought it was clear that they were pasties. And every woman that saw it was like, those
Yeah.
are obviously pasties. Because we
I would have
know.
probably saw it. I
Yeah.
probably did see it and I probably didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll send it to you. Don't you worry.
That is so funny. And you probably were, did you send it to Jacqueline? Because you
I
mean,
was dying. No, yes, I did actually because I no, to me this was like crisis. I sent it to them. I was like, we need GQ to take this video down. And they did. But it was too late at that point. It was
oh my, yeah, I'm sure once the picture's up, it's like,
no, I'm not kidding you. It is recycled
people
months.
still use it to this
I am
day?
kidding. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The other day, someone had this tweet and they were like, how bad is the Ravens defense? And it was a photo of me in that dress.
Taylor, I'm dead.
You
Stop.
know,
At least you can laugh about it
laugh
now.
at these things. I'm like, it is
Yeah.
that is one thing I know to be true about life, about internet, about the work, all the things. You can't take yourself too seriously. And it's like, who cares? With the internet, something is a thing for a few days and it passes. And like, whatever. It is what
Oh
it
my
is.
God. That is
But they
actually
were
hilarious.
pasties. Let me be abundantly clear about this. They were pasties.
No more pasties for us.
No more. Seriously, no more.
Oh my gosh. um, that's actually so funny. Um, you shocked the world. I feel like literally shocked the world. I mean, if you knew, you knew, but you shocked the world with your wedding. Like, how did you do it? How did you keep it so low key?
Yeah.
For how many years did you keep it low key? Is one. First, congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. You
you.
looked
Thank you.
good. My girl is Okay.
I love it.
Um,
I love looking at
period.
it.
How did you keep it so like low key private like for all these years?
Yeah, I so much of it begins with, I have a lot of close friends that are like exceedingly famous, that have
Yeah.
lived their lives in the spotlight. And I just have an intimate understanding of like the world will take what you give it.
Mm,
And you have to be really careful of what you give it because of that. And
yes.
because of them, I just never really felt the need to make my life be entertainment or like
Mm,
post things that were really personal to me to get the opinions or comments of others. And obviously teach
right.
their own. Like if you
Yeah.
post your partner, you absolutely should. You should do whatever makes you feel the best.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, it was just, why did I want it to belong to anybody else? Everybody that
Mm,
it was in my life knew about him. It
yeah.
was ours. And if anything, the wedding was it was like such a good litmus test on like my friends, like the amount of human beings that knew that I was getting married, and there was no level of leak. People didn't take photos. Like we really got to announce it in the ways
I
that
love
we
that.
wanted to. So major, major shout out to my friends and like my loved ones for just like respecting our wishes for like what we wanted
Yeah.
for our relationship. But no, I just think it's really important to create boundaries between what is
Mm,
yours and what you are giving to other people, because I mean, the
yeah. We talk
people,
about this.
yeah,
Yes.
people don't always want to necessarily see happiness,
Yeah.
you know? And I think people feel so entitled to things.
Mm,
And like, I don't
yeah.
know, you have to have things that just make you feel good, or
Yeah.
that just belong to you, because there's such a blurred line between your life and what content is. And I just think it has
Yeah.
to be very, very stark, just for like my health, and my
Yeah.
sanity.
No, I think, and I also think we're in a world where there's real life and reality, and then there's like social media. And I think the part of like where people think that they're entitled to feel like who you should be with, who you shouldn't be with, we should tell you this, like the entitlement of like knowing everybody's business is like actually crazy. Like we kind of talked about this a little bit.
Crazy.
There's no boundaries, like no boundaries. Now, when you did post your pictures and stuff like that, did you get like the feedback that you were worried about? The people talking about like she was married this whole time or she's engaged this whole time? Like did you get that part or was it still like fine?
It was such a fun, like psychological parasocial like experiment when I dropped
Mhm.
those photos, because the amount of people that I have never met and have never met me, that I have nothing but love and well wishes for, because I want every
Mhm.
stranger to live abundant lives. But the amount of people that I've never met, they would say things like, "What? I had no idea." Or like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't tell us." I'm thinking, why would you have any idea?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Why would you know? Like, but everybody sort of feels like, well, you're posting online. Why are you not posting everything online?
Yeah.
And it's just so interesting that I think some people almost felt like betrayed that they didn't know this thing. But I'm like, if you see a stranger on the sidewalk, do you anticipate knowing everything about their lives? Like, at the end of the day, so many people online are strangers to you. So not knowing
Mm.
something about their personal life is actually not weird at all. I would
Yeah.
argue it's much weirder to know everything about somebody's personal life. But yeah, not knowing everything about the personal life of somebody that you don't know is not weird at all. That's actually normal. But the
Yeah.
time that we're in now, it feels abnormal to not know the personal lives of people that you do not know.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting to me. The amount of people that just felt like I was withholding something from them when I was
Yeah.
actually just being a normal human being and like living my life.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah. I've
genuinely, I don't subscribe to, I think, how a lot of people see social media. Like I don't think social
mm,
media is reflective of what I'm doing every single day. It's reflective
yeah.
of what I'm choosing to share that day. Um,
Yeah, and then what you don't know is what you can't ruin. Like that's what I feel. Like
Totally.
you don't need to know who I'm with or like, and I think we kind of talked about that. Like when I
Mhm.
congratulated you on getting engaged and getting married, like I was like, girl, like I'm watching you. Like I would never post them in like until I'm married, like literally. And yeah, you're gonna have to act like you didn't know. Like yeah, the speculations or whatever what it is, but you don't know. You don't know what you're
Totally.
talking about.
But it's
Like
like, seriously, think about it. So say someone walks into your podcast studio right now. They go, "Hey, my name is Anna." You say, "Hi, my name is Angel." And then Anna goes, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm doing great. I just got married yesterday." It would be insane if you said, "What? You got married? Why didn't tell me you got married? You just met Anna." Like you just met
yeah,
her. But I
the
just feel like,
entitlement.
yeah, it's so strange. Like even when people say like, "Oh, it was secret," I'm like, it wasn't secret. Everyone who knew me knew.
New.
Like,
Yeah.
it was private, but it
Yes.
certainly wasn't a secret. But I mean, it's if it is secret, it's literally the greatest secret that has ever happened to me
Kept
because
ever.
he is everything. So yeah, I feel very happy.
We love that. We love a girl. Yes. Was well, other than that, was your wedding everything you dreamed of? It looked beautiful.
Everything. It was everything. It
Really?
was the best day of my life. It goes by too quickly. It was so fun, like seeing all the speeches. Like we did a welcome dinner the day before, and like my cousin spoke, and my best friend spoke, and then on the day of, hearing like your family speak, and like your maid of honors. Like it's just you are overwhelmed with emotions, and then like
Yeah.
looking out in the crowd, you're seeing people meet that you never thought would meet. Like some of my
Yeah.
friends, like Shane's grandpa gave a beautiful, beautiful
Oh.
speech at the wedding. And then like
Oh.
after it, I just look over and it's like Kevin Durant and like Shane's grandpa, and they're talking about how great this speech is. And it's just like you never think that
Oh.
you're gonna see these two people meet. And so
Yeah.
it was a really beautiful like joining of our lives. And that's what I
I
think about
love that.
when I think of the
No, I
wedding.
love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And being able to just be able to see your friends like there and being able to support you because it's okay to have guy friends and having guy friends that are also somebody's as well. And I'm sure you had to go through that because so many people allege that you were with this person, that person, this person. Like, it's okay to have guy friends. And I
Yeah.
think people
Oh, girl,
don't realize that.
all my boyfriends was at that wedding, according to, according to the internet.
Every boyfriend you guys alleged her
I
with.
mean, it is crazy. People thought I was marrying some of the people that were in the audience. It's crazy. But yes, no, I feel. I mean, obviously, there is nothing like your girlfriends. The way that you lean on
Yeah.
your girlfriends, it is an irreplaceable feeling. They are paramount in my life. But I have been very, very lucky and fortunate to have really strong male friends in my life.
Mm,
And I always say to people like that always have that kind of weird thought process about like male female friendships
mm-hmm,
is like it is all about how you value women. So if when you think about women, you are only
mm,
thinking about sexual things or you're only thinking about
mm,
appearance, that says more about what you believe to be the value of women. Whereas I know the men in my life value me because of my perspectives, because of my
mm.
conversations, because of the ways that I force them to think about themselves. So, like, value in men and female friendships should come from how they make you feel. It shouldn't really come from
Yes.
anything else. So, I've never in my entire life found it strange when there were men and women that were friends because
Yeah.
why wouldn't someone want to be friends with me? I feel that about anybody. Like, why wouldn't someone be your friend?
Yeah.
So
No, yeah. We have this weird place in this world that people think that like every friend is like sexual and it's not true.
yeah,
Like
it's like you
you
literally
can't even have
cannot
friends.
be photographed next to a man.
You can't. You literally can't. I'm like, you can't sit next to somebody. Like we just can't enjoy a nice game. Like,
It's insane. It's crazy. Like you
yeah,
cannot be in the same physical space as somebody of the opposite sex without
literally.
people assuming these things. And that is crazy. For some people, seeing a photo of two people is enough for them to say they're dating.
Yeah.
That is psychotic. Like it actually
We don't live in a
is.
world like people don't live in real worlds. They live in social media and it's just like,
Yeah, it's like we gotta
yeah.
go outside, we gotta read some books, we gotta
Touch
meet
grass.
men, meet women, have conversations. Like, yeah, completely, completely.
Yeah. Would you suggest, I guess, like younger women or the younger generation to keep things private? Because the private soft life is like the best. What people don't know is like what people don't know. So,
Yeah.
do you like? Would you should suggest that?
I don't necessarily know if it's that I would suggest, any action as much as I would say you have to create boundaries in your life. And that's with
Mm,
anything. There has to be a boundary with the internet, there has to be a boundary with social media, there has to be a boundary with your friends. You have to put things where they belong. That's
yeah,
more so what I would say.
I
Um,
like that.
because I think there's a lot of things online that don't belong.
Mm,
So that's probably my suggestion.
well, yeah. Congrats again.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
you're welcome. Getting back into your basketball and broadcasting, would you ever get on like more of the WNBA side, or are you like okay with being like more on the male side?
I mean, I every time I have covered the W, anytime that I have covered college women's basketball, I have absolutely loved it. So of
Really?
course I would.
Yeah.
Amazon is going to be dabbling in the W a lot more starting next season. We're gonna have Skims, which
Yes.
I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously it's not the W, but I loved covering Unrivaled. It was one
Yes. I
of
loved
my
having you.
favorite assignments. Like the access was really cool.
Mm,
It's also really cool to just be a part of this idea that came to life.
mm,
It,
yeah.
it was really nice to be able to watch Nafisa and Brianna like live in
Yeah.
what this kind of dream was, and see it come to life was great. But yeah, I mean, watching you all, I feel more of a connection when I watch the W. Uh,
Yeah.
than I do the NBA. And I just think it's because there's something about watching women be the best at something
Yeah.
that like feeds something in my soul for sure.
No, I love that. The shift of you like now into like your charity and everything. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. It's been great. I with the Taylor Rooks Foundation, it's been something I've wanted to do for a really long time, but I just needed to have, the right infrastructure to execute it the way that I wanted to. But all of it is like providing access and opportunity and like financial relief and trying to alleviate the stresses that life can just bring on to people. Like what we did most recently was we supplied 30 teachers with, we fulfilled their wish list for their classrooms. So we bought all their supplies, we got their decorations, and it's been really cool to see how that has benefited the students. But I wanted to do that because teachers have meant such a large part of my life. So all of the actionable items that we do have through lines through my life, and so it's been really cool to see what people need and help them get that thing exactly, as
Yes.
opposed to donating to a place that I know services like the group of people that I want to help, but I don't always know exactly what it's doing. Whereas
Yeah.
we have people say, this is what we need to go in my classroom, and we can give them that, right when they need it. So it's been really fun.
I love that. Is there like an end goal that you want to do before it's all said and done with your charity? I love doing charity work.
Yeah. An end goal, I haven't really thought about what that end goal would be, but I know I really want to implement something that is just about the next generation of sports broadcasters.
Okay.
Like really mentoring, really putting them in the positions to meet the people that they need to be in the right rooms. Because even now, I'm like, I don't understand how people are hired, how new sports
Mm,
broadcasters are hired. And I would
yeah.
really love to be the person that can help open the door for them to do that. So I want to add an arm that is just about future building in media.
That's nice. I like that part because I feel like there's not a lot of voices for that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you see like people doing charities and stuff and it's just about like giving the money, but you actually being involved in the community and then being able to see and feel you, I think is like really, really important.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I've loved the work. Like it's kind of a cliche to say it feels so much better to give than to take, but it really
Yeah.
does. Like it does. You just feel so like happy, and it like this thing that you did today is maybe making the world better. Like there's a real fulfillment to it that I've enjoyed.
I love that. This is More or Less segment brought to you by Prizepicks, where you can win real cash by picking more or less on your favorite players. With the NFL season continuing, I guess you're not allowed to like technically have a favorite team. I'm guessing.
Well, I root for the Falcons. Like that's just being from
Okay.
Georgia. That's who I root for.
How
Um,
are they doing? How are they doing?
okay, we're not the worst. We're not the worst
Okay.
in the league. We're doing okay. I would say
Okay.
we're like mid tier, but like bottom of the mid tier. But we're it's
Okay.
early. It's early. It's only week
Okay.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, there's time.
We do our more or less segment. Is there anything more that you would want to see with the NFL or like the coverage within the NFL or media?
Hmm. I mean, in the NFL, I would like to see more celebrations. I
Mm.
love when they score a touchdown and they do like a fun dance or say something.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the talk element of sports.
Yeah.
And in the NFL, I there's fines. You can't really do that. But the fans like the
Love it.
respectable
Yeah. Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Like I want to see you flex a little bit. I want to see you like say you not touching me. Like I want to see that. So more celebrations, more braggadocio in the NFL. I would love that.
Thank you to our good friends at Prizepicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. This episode is brought to you by Prizepicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prizepicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this basketball season on Prizepicks, where it's good to be right.
I am so excited. Basketball season is back, baby. Man, I love football, but there are way fewer games. Basketball, more games throughout the week means prize pick opportunities to get you right and win. Prizepicks is so easy and simple to play. All you need to do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If your picks are right, you can cash in. You know me, I'm all in on Steph and his threes. I'm also looking forward to watching Cooper Flag take the league. Prizepicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Steph Curry's points, 3-pointers, and assists? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup, only on Prizepicks. Download the Prizepicks app today and use code ANGEL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ANGEL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prizepicks, it's good to be right. This show is sponsored by Skims, one of my all-time favorites. Kim, we still need you to come on the pod. Okay, girls, listen up. I have been wearing Skims for years, but I recently started wearing the Fits Everybody collection and it's life-changing. And I don't want to gatekeep, so here's what you need to try that I've recently been loving. The Fits Everybody t-shirt bra, truly life-changing. I have always struggled with painful bras and wires, but the t-shirt bra does the trick. No wires, smooth like butter, comfortable, and the best part, doesn't even feel like I have a bra on. You also cannot go wrong with the Fits Everybody t-shirts, both short and long sleeve. They are just so comfy. The way it just molds my skin and makes me feel snatched. And you can't even see any bra lines with the Fits Everybody t-shirt bra. I'm replacing my old bras ASAP. Truly life-changing. And if you haven't tried the Fits Everybody t-shirt bras yet, this is your sign. What are you waiting for? Shop Skims Fits Everybody collection at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
One of the fans asks, what's the most outrageous thing that has happened while working? Like, have you ever been hit on the sideline? Like by one of the
No,
players?
I've been close to being hit, but I have not been hit. Knock on wood. It'll happen to the best of us.
I saw Holly get knocked down the other day. I was like,
I
damn.
it's Holly be in the mix. So it's like
Yeah.
there's just you knows what's gonna happen. I luckily have not had anything too outrageous happen to me.
Okay.
But something I've also realized about myself is like I am excellent at blocking out bad memories. So
Okay.
when things like when things and I'm not even saying that's a good thing. I think I probably need
Yeah.
to sit a little bit more and figure out how I feel about things. But like anytime somebody says, "Oh, what was this challenge? What was this?" I'm like, I feel like my like survival mode kind of kicks in and I'm like, I just forget it. I don't know. But from what I'm remembering right now, there's nothing too bad that has happened.
That's good. Fingers crossed. We're going to keep that
Yeah, fingers
going.
fingers
Because
crossed.
I don't want Thursday night, all of a sudden, Taylor's getting knocked down.
Yeah, no. The worst thing that's happened to me is like my prompter just went out. but I just,
Okay.
kept going. But I have not been hit by a ball yet.
Okay, well that's good. The next question they wanted to know is there a dream job or a dream network that you would want to work with as far as coverage? Like being, I guess you worked the Super Bowl, you've done the finals. Is there something that you want to do, like maybe like golf or something? Or like the Olympics? Have you done the Olympics yet?
I have not done the Olympics.
Oh, LA 2028?
I Who knows? And also, I mean this, it would be fun to work a W championship. I've never
Oh,
done
you've
the
never
W
done that.
finals.
Oh, we
No,
gotta
I've
get
never done that. And I'm so into the finals right now. It's fun. I think the Aces are gonna win. I don't know when this airs. Um but feels like it's theirs to lose, but we'll see. They won the first two, and you're supposed to win your first two at home. So
Yeah,
they did what they were supposed to do. We'll see
yeah.
what happens, once they're in Phoenix. But yeah, working at WNBA finals would be really fun. And covering tennis would be fun.
Ooh,
I love all the tennis girls. Coco Gauff is like my
yes. Love
girl. I
Coco.
am rooting for her with all my might whenever she
Love
is on
her.
my screen. So tennis would be fun.
Yeah, your outfit, the tennis girls, they come through. I love when I see the US
Absolutely.
Open. The outfits are tea.
They're so good. They're so good. So good. And there's just, I don't know, there's something really cool about like the individualism that exists in
Yeah,
this, and I just
yeah.
think it's a different kind of psychology that would be fun to tap into.
This next segment is brought to you by NBA 2K, my favorite video game. So I worked with NBA 2K this last year. Are you in the game? Do you
I
report?
don't think I'm in the game. No, but
Have
I've
you ever
been
played?
asked to be scanned into it before. It just didn't work with my schedule, but I'd love to be in the game. Make a
We got
call.
to get you in the
Ronnie,
game.
what's up?
Ronnie, what's up? We got to get you in
Come
the
on,
game.
Ronnie.
Seriously though.
No, I would love that. I would love that.
There's a new segment this year, like you can play with the women and the men on the same team.
Yeah,
If you had 5 players that you could put on one team, your team that you're gonna play against somebody else, who would you pick?
such a good question.
Current or past?
Such a great question. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Luca.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do all current. Because
Yeah.
I think, sometimes people like to do the past because they want to cop out. So I'll just go all current. I'm gonna say Luca. I'm just gonna say Luca because we worked with him on our NBA on Prime commercial, and he was just so much fun.
Yeah.
And looks great, slim down. Rooting for him to have a good year. So I'll say Luca for sure. I will also say I have so many favorites. It's actually really hard to like narrow this down. It would be honestly easier for me to just say all the women that I would want to play with on NBA 2K. Um, of course, I'm gonna have you on my team. Of course. I also am like, I know that right now she's a little controversial. I love Alyssa Thomas's game. So
I
I'm
love
gonna
Alyssa
put
Thomas too. That's
I'm
my girl.
Alyssa, I'm like, she is just like a bulldog. Like she is going to
Yes.
do that.
Somebody you want on the team.
Yeah, she
Yes.
is tough. You want her on your team. So I'm gonna for sure say Alyssa Thomas. I'm also going to say I like Sabrina a lot. So like Luca's
Yes.
gone. I'm now just talking about the women.
Bye, Luca.
Luca, sorry, we have brought in Sabrina. I like Sabrina a lot. No, I like Kayla McBride. I like Kayla.
Okay, yes.
So
Shooter.
maybe I'm gonna go Kayla. I like
You need one
Satu.
more. Satu, okay. I love Satu, my unicorn.
Yeah, I really, really like her. And who do
Okay,
I
I
like?
guess you have 5. And
Do I have
Luca's like
five?
off the
Okay,
bench.
including Luca. So I guess we do.
Luca's off the bench. Luca's our sixth
Okay,
man.
Luca's
Luca's our
off the
sixth
bench.
man.
Yeah, because I mean, I would have sat here and it would have took me forever to say everybody that I like. Because honestly, I'm not just saying this. Like doing Unrivaled, it gave me just like a new affinity for so many of the different players. Like
Yeah.
having those conversations up there in the tables and like really getting to know them. I feel like I have more favorite W players than I do MNBA players, just
Yes.
because like
MB players.
MNBA, I always say, I heard Ari say that. I was like, that's so good.
MNBA.
Yeah, just because that you're all together all the time. Like we were
Mm-hmm.
at those practices every day and at the games every
Yeah.
day, so it just felt a little bit more communal. So, yeah, I'm rooting
Yes.
for you for sure.
All right, y'all, listen up. NBA 2K26 is out now, and this year is loaded with upgrades. Gameplay has an all new motion engine, smoother catch and shoot, brand new My Career storyline, and more ways to rep your style on and off the court in the all new city. They've stepped it up for the WNBA too, with new updates to My Team, which now includes current and legendary players from the W. So, best believe I'll be in there repping the DMV. NBA 2K26 is available now. Ball over everything. This episode is sponsored by Function Health. We chose Function because it's the only health platform that gives us data most people never get and then the insights to start doing something about it. You know me, we are all about maximizing our health and ensuring our bodies are in the best possible position to be living and thriving for 100 years.
I see you, Angel, always talking about maximizing our 24 hours in a day. But we need to also be maximizing our 100 years that we're living. Inside Function, you get access to test over 100 plus biomarkers, from hormones to toxins to markers of heart health, inflammation, and stress.
And for an additional fee, you can also access MRI and chest CT scans, all tracked in our one secure place over time. It's a near 360 view to better see what's happening in your body.
That's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Uberman, and Dr. Jeremy London are all behind Function Health. Burnout isn't just a feeling overwhelmed by long hours or a busy calendar, it's biology. Chronic stress adds up, affecting our bodies beyond just feeling drained. It can increase systematic inflammation and raise the risk of a variety of conditions. Real change starts when you realize how much stress is doing to your body. I get stressed so easily with all my work, and I'm such a worry queen. Alongside this Angel podcast, I work across many other shows. I need to make sure I handle my stress properly or my cortisol levels go crazy. If my cortisol levels aren't maintained, I will suffer from poor sleep and getting sick.
Function is the key to getting some answers and understanding your body better. As an athlete, this is so important to me. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Getting blood work done through Function is the first step towards finding out what you're made of, helping you understand what it takes to live a healthier and longer life.
Most routine physicals skip these markers. That's why burnout feels mysterious, when it's actually measurable. But thankfully, with Function, you can see what stress is really doing inside and take steps to restore balance, energy, and clarity. Burnout doesn't have to be the end of the story. With data, management is possible.
Function is near 360 view to see what's happening in our body, and my first 1,000 listeners get a $100 credit towards their membership. Visit www.functionhealth.com/angel or use gift code ANGEL100 at our sign up to start owning your health. Let's clock some tea. So we have a new segment called Unapologetically Tea. We'll be spilling tea or we'll be giving some new updates about what's going on in my life, what's going on in my guest's life. And yeah, so today, this is episode 3. So you guys are just finding out, I'm guessing that I just collabed with Juicy Couture, as you can see. We are bringing Juicy back. I wanted to do it for everybody is able to wear it, but also my tall girls, they are 40-inch inseams. Like, repeat, 40-inch inseams. Like, that's so tea. Love that for me. I've always wanted to collab with a brand that is tall girl friendly. And when I was younger, Juicy Couture was always a favorite set that I always loved. And I was like, why not do it for the tall girls? And it's also plus size friendly as well. So all inclusive for all the girls. Everybody can wear it, male or female. Whoever wants to wear it. Period. So the first color just dropped today. And I'm just excited to do some more stuff with Juicy and some more stuff to come. So my next announcement I will be talking about is the Victoria's Secret. Oh my God. Okay, guys. So I am an Angel, a Victoria's Secret model. So crazy. A dream come true because I remember when I was younger, I used to watch the show every year, but I never thought I was going to be a runway model. And I've always wanted to model, but when I got the call, actually, no, last year I went to the show. They did the show for the first time in a long time again. And I was like, I'm going to walk this runway next year. What did I do? Manifested it. And I will be walking the runway this year. I am so, so excited. And I'm nervous. This is the first time I've ever been nervous in my life because, one, I've never like actually walked the runway, but I have practiced. Shout out to my coach. He's been Alexander. He's been eating it up and helping me so much. So I'll be an Angel. I'll be doing my own collab with them as well. So just stay tuned. The announcement will be coming this week. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm super excited. And shout out to Victoria's Secret team for allowing me to be, I believe, the first athlete to be a model for them and a runway model for them and to be a part of this fashion show. So I'm super excited. Our new segment is Unapologetically Tea. Is there anything that you want to promote, clock, anything you got to say for the girls, for the guys, any advice, anything?
Honestly, I think obviously the thing that I would promo, of course, is that I'm going to be hosting the new NBA on Prime show.
Yeah.
That begins October 24th. I'll be alongside Dirk Nowitzki and Blake Griffin and Udonis Haslam and Steve Nash. We also have Candace Parker. We have Dwayne Wade. We have John Wall. We have Rudy Gay. Just like such an
Yes.
amazing cast for our show. And I mean, just legends, championships. We have
Yes.
everything. So many experiences will exist on that desk. And I have the ultimate honor of just, being their point guard, making them shine, distributing, and having fun as we talk about the NBA and, being informative and entertaining. And for me, any single time that I get to do this work, it feels like a dream come true. And it's
Yeah.
really fun that we're building this show from the ground up that is really just about what this game has done for us, and bringing that to the fans. So I would plug that October 24th. Tune in.
October 24th. Stay tuned. The
Yeah.
last thing we were talking about is your downtime. What do you do in your downtime? When is your off time? Like, when does Taylor get to rest?
I'll get back to you because I don't know. I haven't, I have not rested. One of the things that was really great about wedding time was that everybody kind of leaves you alone because they're like, oh, you just got married. I'm not going to make
Yeah.
people work. So the like week leading up to the wedding and then like the 2 weeks after of honeymoon were just bliss because it was a lot of rest and just like love and being together. So that was my last rest time. But I would say rest is really just July and the beginning of August, sort of. But when I am home, I spend lots of time with my dog, Bean, who is the most precious little golden doodle.
Aw.
Spend a lot of time reading. I do a lot of solid core, which is a great, great workout. And I'm trying my best
Yes.
to do 30 minutes on the treadmill every day. But I don't know
Okay,
if I'm
period.
disciplined enough, but I'm trying. So those are things I do for me. And a lot of eating and a lot of, not a lot, but a little bit of wine is important too.
Yes, my wine girl.
Yes,
Well,
you know
thank you, Taylor. I appreciate you for coming on to my show. I'm super excited for you and your new October 24th, the new show. That's going to be great, and I'll be watching and tuning in, of course. I hope to see you soon.
I would love
And yeah,
that.
thank you again.
Yes, no, thank you so much for having me. You already know how I feel about you, my girl. I am proud of you. This show is fantastic. An A+ interview. A round of applause from the
Thank you.
Of course, of course. It was great to see you. You have a beautiful
Thank you.
She a bad one, yeah, she mad.
This has been a Playmaker production.